Welcome back to another exciting episode of Graham's Gridiron Guidance. I'm your host, Coach DJ Pendergrass, and I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, no other than Coach Kwayu Graham. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good, my man. How about yourself?
Man, I'm good. I know you've been working hard. You got a lot of stuff going on. Tell the people what you got going on and still trying to make it here to make this happen on time.
Right. Well, the biggest thing right now is the Rivalry Showcase All-Star Game. It takes the kids from the areas of East Tennessee up to Greenville down to Sweetwater and versus the young men from Knoxville, Knox County. And this is the third year. It's been a great game. And it's been fun, but for me, it's very hectic.
Right.
You know, I have a lot of input in it and making sure the kids get the invites and everything.
You're the one who actually got that together, right?
Yes, I was one of the main cogs in the engine.
Are you familiar with Cash Money Records?
Yeah.
There was a Lil Wayne and there was a Baby.
Yeah.
But you know who pushed the motor for them?
The big tall guy.
Slim.
Slim, yeah.
You Slim, Coach.
Yeah.
You behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You don't really care to be noticed.
Yeah.
You're going to be noticed regardless, but you don't care for that notoriety. How do you continue on the day-to-day to carry that mental stability to do it for everyone else?
I'm blessed to have an opportunity to do. You know, some of us have purpose in our life, and it's not to be up front. It's to be behind the scenes. And, you know, I had a chance to be, as Dion says now, a him before. You know, I've taken the last shot. And what I've learned with that, when you are that type of guy, then you don't really listen to claps. You know, it's just you play the game, you do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So the same people that clap, the other ones across the room can boo. So you don't listen to claps or boos, and you just do what you're supposed to do. My purpose is a higher being purpose, and I'm going to say it on here. I don't know if you get in trouble or not, but my purpose is God's purpose.
Absolutely.
And so the credit, if all things should be for him, it should be for him. So that's why I don't go out front to try, and not that I intentionally just don't go out front. I'm human, so I would like appreciation too.
Right.
But I just don't look forward to it. My dad once said, well, he said this before because he was a heck of an athlete, and someone asked him about being in the Hall of Fame, and he said, my Hall of Fame is in heaven. You know, so what they don't see here, the one that can see all sees. So that's kind of why, if that answers your question, why I'm okay with standing on the back seat.
And I approve that message. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, no, that's great, Coach. We've been on here for several weeks now.
Yes.
We've talked about a lot of football in a short amount of time that's gone by so fast.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
I've been blessed to be on here with you, Coach. And, again, I just want to take the time to say thank you, right? So many people reach out and say, hey, I seen the show.
Yeah.
Or I missed the show. Can you send me the link?
Yeah.
You know, regardless, even if they watch 15, 20, 30 minutes of it, we appreciate you guys. But I appreciate you, Coach, for having a platform and bringing me on board with it. I'm excited for the Roane County area, the Morgan County area, the Tri-County areas, the areas that don't get touched. Why was it so important for you to assure that those guys were able to be recognized as a Oak Ridge or a Clinton?
Well, the biggest thing is that they put in the effort too. And what we find out, and I think that I'm hearing about our show, is it brings out, it enlightens folks about how important sports, football is. And the biggest thing that I wanted to try to bring out was how sports or the culture of sports affects the communities and how big it is to the communities, you know. And quite honestly, I was a Knox County coach, and I lived in Knox County, and I played for Oak Ridge. I coached at Oak Ridge. But you see more richness in programs and community input in these outlying areas. It means something.
Absolutely.
You know, it means something to those communities. Those guys go to the coffee shops, they go to the barber shops, and they talk about the game. The coach is either revered, feared, or put to the tank, you know. So you kind of understand that through generational times and stuff, that's the one time that communities come together.
Absolutely.
They come together and they have the same interest. And I wanted that to be brought out. And not just for the high schools, but from youth league on.
Yeah.
And I think that towns and programs, the Rockwoods, the Wartburgs, the Oakdale, hey, it's important for those kids too.
Absolutely.
You know, Knoxville may not come out here They'll have the resources to go everywhere, and I understand that. So if you can give them just a little shine,
absolutely,
then you never know who sees that star.
Absolutely. Now, do you have any of those kids going to be a part of the showcase?
Yes. Can't give them out right now.
That's
but
fine. That's fine.
We
any
have
schools can you give out?
Yeah, well, kind of. I would say this: Oakdale has a player on there.
Shout out to Oakdale.
And that's one thing that I try to really push. You know, you're going to get the Alcors, you're going to get the Greenvilles, you're going to get the Oak Ridge and Anderson counties, Murrayvilles, those in East Tennessee. Those are everybody's cloud to get those kids, you know. And I made this aware to some coaches. Don't let the names of the schools pick your roster.
Right.
It may not be the top players per se.
Right.
And I posed this question before. Have you ever thought it was great coaching? Is why Murrayville is what they are? Nothing against their players. It's not to demote their players because they got dang good ball players.
Right.
But
the coaching is everything.
If they may be a great program, not because of individual players, but because of great coaching.
Absolutely.
And so it's some players in these outlying areas that are great players. And I'm not saying that there's not great coaching in the outlying areas, but they don't get the exposure to notice that, you know. So it gives those kids this game. When the idea was broached, I wanted to really, you know, Knoxville was easier. 17 schools. If you give each school 2 players, 34, you get 16 at large guys. Okay,
right.
49 outlying schools. You can't do that. Outlying schools is only one, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 3 6A schools.
Right.
You know, so. With that being said, the rest of schools are you got to kind of put things together. And I tried the coaches that pick, and I know coaches in their minds, they're trying to win and not thinking through. But what I really try to push coaches in as far as the selection is regional. You have someone from each region, Southeast, the Sweetwaters, the Loudons, the Roane counties, what I call the foothills, which is Roane County and Morgan County. Try to get a team, a player or two from there, and try to get some from Upper East Tennessee, which is the Greenville and Morristown, and then even Gatlinburg, Sevier County.
Right.
Get those schools and Murrayville. Get those schools to try to get a little piece of each one of them. But I do try my best to try to influence the coaches to pick at least 2 to 3 kids from schools that we don't even know what their helmets look like.
Got you. And that's very important. So, and we all appreciate you for that, Coach. It's special to me because I've coached a lot of those guys. Yeah. I make sure when I get ready to go to the national championship that I go to those areas and pick those kids out because they have some dogs, especially on that line.
Oh, yeah.
Especially on the line.
We talked about that before.
Absolutely, and it makes a difference. So shout out to you guys out there. You will be recognized. Just continue to grind. And Coach Graham has said it before, make sure, it is very important that you make sure, don't look at the D1s just because it's glitz and glamour. Make sure that you're looking at a school that has what you want to do in life, right? Because it's academics first. So make sure you choose academics over sports, and everything else, if it's God's plan, will work itself out.
I want to say something about that, about the showcase also. Coaches, if any coaches are listening at smaller schools, I know like Coach Webb and them, they've been a part of it, they coached in it, they know the ins and outs of it. But I want you, if you don't have a player that's picked this year, or haven't been picked in the last 2 to 3 years, please keep nominating your players. I try my best to have the list done in a amount of time to where if they don't make our game, they can try to get in the East and West game. Because I want those kids. I was blessed to play in an All-Star game. I've been blessed to coach in a bunch of All-Star games, 2 of the major ones, and I know the importance it is to get that last game in. So please, coaches, stay with me. I'm trying to get you in. I think I emailed all of you and told you if you didn't get in, let me know so I can start pushing those buttons for next year.
Absolutely. We appreciate that. At this moment, I have a special surprise for Coach, right? But I'm going to pay some bills to make sure it's all in line. Guys, make sure you stay tuned. If you're watching, make sure you go ahead and share this podcast on all your platforms. Let them know that the surprise is on the way. It is about to happen. Coach Graham is not aware of what's about to happen. This has been a very special moment to try to put this together. So go ahead and share it. Let everybody know. And until then, we'll be right back. Let's take a small commercial break. We'll be
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman is your one-stop shop for vehicle sales and service. The Duff family is open for business for everything automotive. We offer fully inspected, dependable pre-owned vehicles, and most come with a powertrain warranty at no extra cost. We also have a complete service department equipped for maintenance and repairs on all makes and models.
Don't settle for less with your next pre-owned vehicle purchase. Come to Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman or online at duffpreowned.com.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
Dad always worked hard, and even though he could never tell me exactly what he did at the lab, I knew he was doing it for us. He was always there for me. For all of us. But now it's my turn to keep him safe. It's good to know there's help.
To find out how to get all the benefits you or your loved one has earned with their medical benefits card, call the home option and see how we can help.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Graham's Gridiron Guidance. We're back, Coach.
Back, man.
I got you a surprise, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned about that. I had to pay my taxes. Have they opened up the student loan stuff where you got back paying that, start back? I don't remember.
I've heard 2 different stories on it, so okay. I don't know the truth.
Okay.
I don't know the truth on it, so, but it's not that.
Okay.
But I will ask you a question.
Yeah.
Moms. What role do moms play in football for kids?
Oh, they play a very important role. You know, one thing about mothers, they're the nurturers. You know, except if they from Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge moms up in Perry. You had to be tough, you know, for that. But moms play a very important role. I mean, my mom, she's never missed my game, never. As a coach, as a player, no matter where we play, no matter where we's at. My mother has never missed a game I played. You know, even now, when we go to my friends that coach, games my mother doesn't miss, and she'll go to one game here, she'll go to Oak Ridge game, but they play a very important role, and just to have someone to understand and to know this is a dangerous game, to stand there with you. And mothers are nurturers, but yeah, mothers play a very important role.
That's right. That's right. Well, I got a special call coming in. I'm waiting on the call. Guys, if you haven't already shared the platform, go ahead and share that platform. But I asked you about mothers because I've been talking to a mother for the past few days and just asking, what it was for her, what it took for her to withstand, football, basketball, baseball, all the different sports the kid played, and what role that she played, and how heavy was it. So she gave me a lot of insight, and I thought it was very valuable. And if we can, I'm gonna get her to talk, because what she said was very special to me, and I think everybody on this show would like to hear it as well. But it was very special, and I can't put it in my own words, so I can't just put it out there like that. Kids growing up in the smaller neighborhoods, your Oliver Springs, you got your Cofields, Oakdales. You call it the small market schools at one point, I believe, Coach. Those small market schools, and we've talked about the kids wanting to get an opportunity, and we talked about them making sure that they're going to the camps.
Yes.
Getting to know the coaches. What was it, Twitter,
yeah, knowing how to handle social media. That's one of the biggest ways now, because it's all about who's trending. Mm-hmm. Honestly, you trending is more important than your skill set nowadays.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I went to Dabo Sweeney's camp this summer, Coach. Mm-hmm. One thing he said was, you can be an amazing player, but would you fit in my program?
Right.
Things he didn't want to see was just crazy stuff posted on social media.
Yes, yeah.
And even in the highlights, the language in the highlights, he feels like that's something that he wouldn't want a part of his program as well. Are many coaches the same way that you know of, Coach?
No, they're not. Not all of them are the same. Dabo's, if you look at the players that he's had, they all are the same type of mold, as far as socially and the way that they character-wise, they're the same type of guys. We had one here that's close to us, T Higgins. Anyone that knows T and the type of person he is, you go through most of their players at Clemson, they're similar. They are. But some coaches, it's not a big of an issue because, some universities, every coach has standards. Every coach has things that the top ones, the big-time opportunities of big-time colleges. But some are a little more lenient, not because it's within their heart, but because it's within their job frame.
Gotcha.
And meaning that the people that's making the decisions are okay with certain things. They are accepting to get what they need.
Gotcha.
And so it depends. Don't make it right, don't make it wrong, but it's kind of how you deal and how you feel with it personally as yourself. Even you college coaches, that's the same way with high school. Same way at youth league, same way in middle school.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much it's a business.
It's a business, and you have to have your own act of how you do things. Some coaches are a little more accepting. I say, I've said this before, it's going with the time. It's going with what's cool today or what's fitting today. And that word again, I'm going to say it again, trending. What's trending. Some things when I grew up you just don't do.
Right.
It's accepted now. So some just like society, coaches change to fit their needs.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's like a political battle to me.
It is politics. That's what it is. But you have some coaches that stand on their principles. Dabo is one now. And I think very highly of Dabo. Of course, that's common sense that I would. Mm-hmm. But success allows you to be you. When you're not as successful, or when success is hard to obtain, sometimes you dance with the devil.
Right.
It's that simple.
Right. I haven't heard a phone call this early. That could be a surprise, Coach. Yeah. Look how Coach looking at the phone. He biting his nail.
I don't know what's going on.
We're going to see here. Is this a call for us? Let's ask the producer. Is this a call for us? Lisa, let's take the call. Thanks for calling in to Graham's Gridiron Guidance. This is your host, Coach DJ. Who do we have on the phone today?
What's up, Coach DJ? What's up? Man, this is T Higgins, man.
What's up, T? How you doing, brother?
Mr. Higgins.
What's going on with y'all?
Man.
I wanted to stop in and just say, man, I appreciate, all the love that you're giving back to the community, Coach Graham, Coach DJ, you know what I'm saying? I like what y'all doing here with this show, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all done so much for me. So, this is just me giving back, showing love to y'all and whatnot, so.
It's an honor, man. Just always proud of you, of love the one-hand catches, love the Super Bowl touchdowns, but just the young man that you are and that you always been. You stay true to being who you are is what I appreciate about you, man. This was a surprise, man, because this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, no doubt. He's my favorite, too. Long time ago, THFFL.
Mm-hmm.
I said I'd never tell anybody, T, but since I got you on the line, I'm going to tell it. I told his mother, I said, God sent that to me. You don't tell her so.
Right.
But that's going to go far. Right. And she called me one day. She said, T said, what does that mean? I said, T Higgins fan for life.
Yes,
and it's still rolling on, man. I'm proud of you. I shoot your name out all the time. I appreciate what you've done for the kids in the community, man, because when I grew up, like Michael Jordan ruined my dreams of playing football. I want to be like Mike, and I probably had a way better chance of doing it in football. But now that if you done your thing the right way, you take all the right steps, we just want to give you your props and shout-outs and tell you we appreciate you, T.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man, for real.
Yeah, that's right. I see him on.
Also, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can ask me any questions. I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So y'all got my time right now.
All right. Well, I'm going to say this. I was the one thing that amazed T, and I'd say this to Mom all the time. He never ceases to amaze me. But if you know T growing up, he didn't say much.
Oh no.
And then you see him now on interviews. He speaks so well, and that's something that people that ask me. You get a lot of T Higgins questions, and I've said
it's your turn, Coach. You got to ask him a question now, okay. Coach. It's your turn.
I can't T. A question for T Higgins. T, how are you feeling, my man?
Feel good. Feel pretty good. Just had the injury. Well, not the Tennessee game. Unfortunate. I had a fractured rib. But, the training process, getting back healthy has been good and whatnot. So, what I'm saying? Hopefully, I might be on the field this week. Might not. Might just, let it heal up a little bit more.
Yes.
But you never know, man.
That's right.
That's right. T, how you feeling about your future with Cincinnati? And I'm not asking as a fan because wherever you go is THFFL for me. How you feeling about your future in Cincinnati for your fans here in East Tennessee?
I mean, you never know, especially with the game. All I can say is really this is, I love Cincinnati, man. Great team, great city, great organization. A lot of coaching staff, My teammates great. Man, I wouldn't be mad if I was back in the city, for an extension period of time.
See, we have young fans listening. Tell us about the work just talk about the process of getting, you are an elite, you're not just in the NFL, you are an elite player at your position in the NFL. Talk about the process of getting there.
It's hard, man. It's not an easy process, A lot of the people back home know me, what I've been through and, how much work I done put in, whether it be going to 7-on-7, or just going to, D block, working out with him and things like that. Then, translating what I learned from you, Coach Gaddis and the whole coaching staff at Oak Ridge, and then all the trainers I've had. Man, just putting into, what I know now is, man, it's night and day. It's not an easy process, but, I was able to do it, so I feel like anybody can do it.
See, when you was young, I think I watched you play you was between 10 and 12 years old, and you was playing with older kids, and you was starting. And I was like, well, that team must not be so good. But then I seen you play for the first time ever. It was basketball. And I said, that kid's going to the NBA. I know you had a lot of offers to go to college for basketball. Are you happy with your decision?
I am. You know, a lot of people, you know, interviewers, reporters, they always ask me, like, what made you choose football instead of basketball? And I always tell them the same story. You know, my coach, Coach Graham, always told me, you know what I'm saying, 6'4" in basketball, you average height for real. But you go 6'4" in the NFL, well, you huge out there. And, you know, that really, ever since you told me that, man, that like registered in my mind, and man, I made a decision off that.
Yeah.
You look like a giant out there too, boy.
Yeah, he was. You know, the funny thing, I don't think T know this. I told his mama never talk about it to him, but when I first came home, she said, if you know his mother, she's very straightforward.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, are you gonna be here? You know, and T was coming in as a freshman, you know, and I knew he was going to be at Oak Ridge High School. I knew he was going to play basketball and football.
Right.
And she said, no, are you going to be here?
In that tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I plan on being here. And they said, that's all I need to know. And I told her after I seen T, you know, growing up and stuff, and knew how special he was as an athlete.
Right.
But, you know, when you're around him and you see him, I think we talked about this last week. He was just different. There's no but.
There's no but.
There's no but with him.
Absolutely.
You know, he got great athletes, but this or that.
Right.
There was no but with him. And one day we were at practice, and I know he doesn't know this, but I took my phone and was just recording him. He was a freshman. And T really didn't. T just kind of stood back. T was T.
Yeah.
But I took my phone and recorded him running routes. And I sent to Coach Gunnar Brewer. He was at North Carolina then. I said, this kid is going to be the best thing ever come out of the state of Tennessee. I said, his body control is unreal. And I told his mother, I said, in years, he's going to do something different.
Yeah.
And I said, trust me.
Yeah.
In years, he's going to be something different. He never disappointed. You know, T and I talk. We have our relationship. That's our relationship. And T's a private person. I stay private with him. But, you know, sometimes you know God's will.
That's right. That's right.
You can see God.
I seen it when he was a kid, man.
Yeah, and T always, and that's a lot of pressure of being. People don't know what it is to be T. And T knows this. I don't want to tell everything, but he's heard me say or heard me text, just be T. And when he's just that kid that's special. He is something that's different. And as I said, there's no but with T. Everything that I thought could happen with him is still happening. It's not over.
Absolutely.
It's not over.
Absolutely. So, T, we talked about Dabo. Dabo, I went to a camp, one of my sons, and he talked about social media posting. There was no bad words to be said during the camp or anything like that. Talk about your experience with Dabo.
Yeah, my experience with Dabo was, some of the best 3 years of my life. You know what I'm saying? He changed me from, a boy to a man. And, just being around him, man, he's a godly, player-first coach, man.
Yeah.
And that's all I could ask for, going into a situation that I was going in, with, going away from my family. Like Coach Graham said, I'm a quiet guy, I'm about to myself. But, he made me feel at home, so it was real easy being around him. And then, then he bringing in good guys like me. So, family-oriented, and so it was just real easy getting along with those guys on the team. So, man, that speaks highly of him.
A question I have, is Wilkins as silly as he appears?
Yeah, man, crazy.
I bet it was fun playing with. I just watch highlights of him, and I can't help but smile.
Yeah, he's something else, man. That's all I can say about him.
He said, man, crazy.
Does Chase still eat those, what they call them, gibblers or gobblers?
No, what T call them? He called them glizzies.
You talking about them glizzies?
Yes.
Y'all crazy. Nah, man.
that tickled me, man. That Chase,
That
man.
was
And
good.
he, that's a good bunch, man. And Boyd and great receiving core. And it seemed like you guys have a great relationship. How did that build? How did that grow?
Man, it was just, we all wanted to be great. You know what I'm saying? Tyler, he's been here for a while. So, you know what I'm saying, he brought us in and showed us the ropes, basically. And then, at the end of the day, we all just wanted to be great and all wanted to help the organization win. And that's what we continue to still try to do. And that's what we're going to do until we separate.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, y'all do a great job of that, and I do pray that they can keep that squad together all the way around the board. Seems like the coaching staff and all you guys get along, and you guys can put up numbers at any time. T, before we get off here with you, do you have any what would you tell the kids that are being heavily recruited or and getting ready to make a transition to college?
Yeah, man. Don't rush it. Let it come to you. If you're choosing a college, that's gonna come to you as well, man. Just trust your heart. You know what I'm saying? And really, that's it about that. And once you get there, man, just stay focused. It's hard to get off track, and just stay focused, stay the course, and it'll all work out in the long run.
Question. But I got a statement for you. I need you to do me a favor, T. When you see a king, Gaither Davis, tell him if it wouldn't been for you, I'd have stayed at Lexington and we would have beat old Thomasville, the Bull Puppies. Just say the Bull Puppies, and that's he'll know what I'm talking about.
The Bull Puppies.
Yeah, just tell him the Bull Puppies. He'll know what I'm talking. Say Lexington. If it wasn't for me, if it wasn't for T Higgins, Coach Graham would have stayed at Lexington, and we would have been whooping them Bull Puppies.
All right, I got you.
All right.
T, man, I really appreciate you calling in. Tell your mother we love her, praying for her and you as well. Thank you very much for calling in. It's been a blessing and a pleasure to have you on. We're on every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Let them know, okay?
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
I appreciate
right,
you, T. Talk to you later.
There it is, Cole.
Yeah, thank you, man. That was a big surprise, man. And you know what? I would have never thought T. Never thought T. That was very special. People know I don't go around talking about a whole bunch, but my relationship with T and just watching his journey from a boy to a man, and just seeing everything and knowing the family and the family dynamics and everything that's went through this kid and watch his growth as a man and just seeing what he is. He does things the right way. I have friends that are in, that's in positions in NFL and that are front office guys that just happen to be my friends, or I know them, and one of them I coached, and just hear what they say about him. And they're not part of Cincinnati; they from other professional organizations, and see how they talk about him, and just to know that Stephen A. Smith knows. My guy, T, so
absolutely, that's huge.
It's
that's huge
for his family and just T. He's staying the same, and it's good to watch from afar. I think T knows that T has a great team around him, has great family around him, but he knows old Coach Graham is always here, like plenty of coaches that he's had throughout the years, that Rooster Davis, all these guys has been Andy Gross, and all those guys has been a part of his life. He's been blessed, and he has blessed us.
Absolutely.
So I'm just proud to be a part and proud to say that I know the young man, and even when people don't believe me, I can say I do know him.
Absolutely.
So that's been a blessing.
That's proof in the pudding. But we have to take one more break, guys. We're going to get back to what we're talking about. We're going to get back to the Cal. We're going to get back to the games of the week. We're going to the competition of the week. We're going to get back to everything that we do here at Graham's Gridiron Guidance. We'll be right back.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman is your one-stop shop for vehicle sales and service. The Duff family is open for business for everything automotive. We offer fully inspected, dependable pre-owned vehicles, and most come with a powertrain warranty at no extra cost. We also have a complete service department equipped for maintenance and repairs on all makes and models.
Don't settle for less with your next pre-owned vehicle purchase. Come to Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman or online at duffpreowned.com.
Dad always worked hard, and even though he could never tell me exactly what he did at the lab, I knew he was doing it for us. He was always there for me, for all of us. But now it's my turn to keep him safe. It's good to know there's help.
To find out how to get all the benefits you or your loved one has earned with their medical benefits card, call the home option and see how we can help.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Graham's Gridiron Guidance. I'm your host, Coach DJ Pendergrass, and that was your surprise, Coach Graham.
Man, thank you. That was truly a blessing. I did not know. It was other reasons that I didn't know at all, but I'm not even going to go there. I'm tongue-tied right now. That was good.
I do want to give a shout-out and thank you to the mother of T Higgins. We call her Lady. You may know her as Camilla, but Lady, we appreciate you getting that all set up and keeping it on the hush. But also pray for Lady, who was just in a bad car wreck, and but she's recovering. She's sore. She's at home. We appreciate you. We love you. But right now, we're going to get into the competition of the week.
1, 2, 3.
Moo. Competition of the week is Sunbright versus Wartburg, and I think we have Coach Dustin Peels on the line right now. We're ready to take his call.
How you doing today, Coach Peels?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, another day, man. I got to talk to a superstar, T Higgins, so I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. So we got a big game against Sunbright on Friday. Can you talk to us about that game and the importance of that game?
Yeah, it's a big game for the kids. It's a county game, so it's a rivalry for us. And all the kids, in Morgan County, all the vocational classes, they go to our vocational center, our career vocational center. So all the kids see each other at school every day. So it's a big game for them. Right.
You guys play in the toughest. It's unfair, honestly. You play in the toughest region. And people say 1A football, but I say all football. That region there is tough. How do you get the moxie to get up each week, to go play another team that's one of the top teams in all of 1A football?
See, we actually are 2A.
Okay. Y'all gotcha.
We're 2A. Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're one of the smallest 2A schools. I think we are the smallest 2A school.
That's right. Rockwood, they thought at one time was it Rockwood that they thought between you and Rockwood would go down?
Yeah, Rockwood is the one that ended up going.
And they go. Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's where I got that from. That's right. But still, you still play a lot of those teams because of the county, the closeness to the counties.
Right. Yes.
And how is it to play those types of teams week in and week out?
I mean, with us, we're still. When I took over last year, we started a ton of sophomores and freshmen.
Right.
So we're still a very young football team, and we've been in every single game that we've played this year.
Yes, you have.
All the way up until the third, fourth quarter, and realistically, it's just about right now for us. It's about building numbers.
Right.
The more numbers we can get out, it's going to help us. But our kids have grown so much, and I know it's been great for them to play good competition around the county or the surrounding area.
That's right. You play the Oakdale team that's very athletic. A lot of players with a lot of good speed. Talking about that game, you like you said, you've been in games week in and week out with a young team. What's the mindset after those games? What do you tell them after the games when you know you had your chances?
I mean, we just keep telling them we just got to come back to work on Monday. It's going to click for them eventually. Like I said, we've been in every single game. That Oakdale game was it was back and forth the whole game. I think we led for probably at least 3 of those quarters. It was back and forth. They'd score, we'd come back and match. And we did that for 3 or 4 possessions in a row there in the second half. And then the fog kind of set in, and they were able to execute a few more plays than we did.
Gotcha. Talk to me about football, and I know because I live here and been here most of my life. Football in the county, Morgan County, when you talk about what it means to the community. You play Sunbright, which is another community that's close to yours, and I know I told Coach Tapp when they play Rockwood, Herman and Rockwood, that's cousin versus cousins. Talk to us about these games and what it does for your community.
Right. This is, like I said, I'm new to Morgan County, and it's the smallest school that I've personally coached at. And one thing I've noticed is just the amount of community involvement that when it comes to the smaller schools. Everybody, I think, when we played Coalfield the first week of the season. That's a big, it's a big game that everybody in the county shows up to watch that one. That there was a big crowd at Oakdale. All the kids know each other. They've known each other since they were born, basically, and growing up playing football together. Yeah. And it's the community gets involved, and it's real important to all the kids.
Coach, we really do appreciate you taking time and to talk to us about this game. And you play in Sunbright, and that's at Wartburg Central, right?
Yes, sir. It's at home.
Okay, good. Good luck Friday night, and thank you again for calling Graham's Gridiron Guidance.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Pills.
Thank you.
And good luck to the Wartburg community and the Sunbright community for our competition of the week.
Yes.
Good luck to you guys. Make sure you go out and support. Make sure you bring everybody in the community should be there. It should be a good battle. It should be a good one for them.
Yes, it should. It should. I guess for now we'll start talking about last week's results and
Yes,
look at.
yes.
It's a bunch of slides coming to us today, so we're going to talk about the standings and rankings and the phones are open now, so you can make calls. You can start calling and. We'll show those slides and talk a little bit of football.
Absolutely. The number's on the screen, 865-483-8112, or you can call toll-free, 866-412-8112. All right, Coach. It looks like last week they finally got a champion.
Yeah, at the middle school.
The middle school.
Yes.
Middle school. That's not on the screen right now, but we will talk. There it is. 20-14. It was a heck of a game. Robertsville fall all the way to the end.
Possession.
Absolutely.
Last possession, yeah.
Absolutely.
Great
so
game.
It was as expected. It was a great game. It was two great coaching staffs, two great teams with athletes full all over from the trenches all the way to the athletes that's running and catching the ball. Tell us a little bit about that game, Coach.
Well, it was a great game. Just watching the highs and lows for both teams. Norris had a chance to go up, but Robertsville kept fighting back. Had their chances in the end. You look at it, just goes about how games go. Mm-hmm. Win first down toward the end of the game.
Absolutely.
That's the keys. You have to win first down.
Absolutely.
Don't get caught behind the chains. That doesn't happen, Robertsville may win. But the poise of the Gillum kid is special. And
he's getting that ball that fast, Coach.
He is what they say he is.
Yeah.
But it's a couple players on their team, man. That running back. When he decided, okay, no more games.
Yeah,
there was no more games.
Yeah,
he ran.
Sure.
But was that the number 2 for Robertsville?
Is that Murray?
The principal's.
The quarterback. Well, he was hurt, wasn't he?
Oh, I thought that was him catching those passes. I thought that was him catching the passes. I think it was 16 quarterbacks. Somebody called, let me know. But we didn't have sound to the game.
Right.
But I thought that was him catching the passes.
I think he was hurt. If I'm not mistaken, he was hurt.
Okay, well, whoever the receiver was that was making those plays, and that quarterback for Robertsville, you guys, that one catch was a nice catch. I mean, they played well enough to win, and Norris played like a champion.
Absolutely.
So hats off to both staffs, both schools. There was an atmosphere of a championship game.
Yeah, it was expected for Robertsville to make it as well as Norris, I thought, from the beginning. And congratulations to Robertsville for making it. But Coach, no, you guys went undefeated. Tip your hat. You guys deserve that.
Great job.
Moving on, we got Herman versus Rockwood.
Another one.
Oh, my goodness.
One. I watched that one twice.
Man, poor Herman, man.
Poor. I wouldn't say poor. I say building Herman.
They are losing by, and you're right.
I'll say
you're
building
right.
Herman,
I'm sorry. They are building.
And I said it, sorry to cut you off, but I said this before. You learn to win. You lose big. You lose small. Mm-hmm. Win small. You win big.
Yeah.
Both teams, Herman and Rockwood, that was a fun game to watch.
Battle.
If you know the atmosphere that's around it, that's the way those games are supposed to end.
Yes, huge battle. Great game. Good game for you guys in the community. Anderson County versus Knox West.
Another one.
Woo!
Another one.
We playing football, Coach.
Yeah, it's getting a little cooler now outside.
Yes.
The leaves are starting to fall on my car.
Yeah.
And I told you this at the beginning. You remember when Anderson County, I think they was 0-3 or 1 and something. I said this team is well coached.
Absolutely.
And they won a state championship, and they have that pedigree now.
Absolutely.
So they're starting to find it. Did they win the game? No, but they played a very fine one of the top football programs of all of any classification in the state of Tennessee.
Absolutely. Clinton and Lenore City, 14-7.
I went to that game. It's something. We all know the talent of Clinton, but let's not talk about if Clinton got to get it done. I mean, we can talk about talent. We can talk about whatever they got. They got to get it done. And those guys know I love their coach. Their coach and I are a very good friend.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna I told him the same thing. You got to get it done. No blame, no shame, no excuses. But you can't take away what Lenore City did.
No, you can't.
They played a great game.
Absolutely.
They tackled well.
Absolutely.
They didn't score on offense.
Two defensive scores.
They found a way to score.
I tell my players every year, offense scores, but defense wins championship.
Yeah.
Shout out to the defense at Lenore City.
Offense gets you fired. And defense wins him.
Absolutely. I like that.
I tell you that one.
Guys, stick to it. Clinton, I think y'all got Jerry Jones out there somewhere that's kind of it's getting y'all all the notoriety, but we got to win. We got to win. We still love you out there for sure. Sunbright Cofield. Yeah. Cofield still displaying a great talent and their coaching staff with their community.
Yeah, Coach Napier is a great coach.
Absolutely. Kingston and Austin East.
Panky, you and I got to talk.
Panky, chicken.
No chicken for Panky. No chicken wings. We're not going to Taco Tuesday, anything. You know what our Austin East means to me, Mr. Panky. And there's no chicken wings, no Taco Tuesday. We can't go hang out and laugh and talk about Scotty Dykes anymore until you stop doing my school the way you're doing them. You know the love. Both of us been Austin East coaches before, man. You don't do them like that.
Austin East, they're getting it together. They do have the athletes. They're a building program. They've been through a lot of stuff over the past 2 years.
Yes.
Just within the school itself.
Just community stuff.
Absolutely.
And I tell you this, if you look at their youth program, if they can close the borders, this will change in 1 year.
It's over. That's right. It's over.
I'm
played
talking
them for years.
The address is a zone for Austin.
I know. I played the kids, and they are tight. And the youth league coaches, they are amazing too. So
and I can give a shout out because those are my guys. They played for me. So
really? No wonder.
Very proud of all of them.
Kingston. We talked about that midway in Greenback, 24-40 Greenback's way.
That kind of shocked me. That shocked me. The score shocked me. Not that Greenback won, but but our Coach O'Toole does a great job with midway early in the season. I seen some impressive things out of them. That shocked me.
Farragut and Oak Ridge.
3 or 4 weeks ago, I told you that Oak Ridge has gotten better each week from the offset from the summer on.
Yes,
that they've gotten better each week. When you talk about getting better, the way I look at getting better, it's those big old boys.
Absolutely.
Up front.
Yeah,
and they have gotten better each week.
Absolutely. On both sides of the ball.
On both sides of the ball, yes.
And they do a great job with that defense, how they're bringing kids in and out. I'm telling you, they're keeping fresh legs out there. They're bringing more pressure on the other team.
Well, you got coaches that's experienced in playing deep in the playoffs, and what they're doing is building second-tier players.
Absolutely.
And that's how you get to those games, is to build those second-tier players.
Absolutely. Great job, Oak Ridge. That score, I didn't expect that. I think that's the rivalry. Moving on, we got Oakdale versus Wartburg Central. Great game there.
About that, yeah.
36-27, yeah.
You know, I always talk about Oakdale. Oakdale has some players. They have some athletes. They're gritty. They're tough. Wartburg is a gritty team. Coach Peels is doing a great job of getting them. Like he said, he's only been there a little over a year.
Right.
So he will find his way. He'll find his niche, and they will be better.
Right. And they have a great, if I'm not mistaken, their middle school team, football team is good.
I found that out myself.
I played against them in basketball, those athletes. And, you know, sometimes you can tell an athlete, no matter which sport they're playing, if they're an athlete. And I've seen some of those kids playing basketball. So I think the future for Wartburg will be bright. Alva Springs versus, Whitwell?
Yes.
22-8. Alva Springs has turned on the engine and they pushed the gas with no brakes.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know. They may have already played this game because I'm over 50, so my mind kind of slips sometimes. But if they haven't played Cofield yet, have they played Cofield yet?
No, they haven't played Cofield yet.
If they haven't played Cofield yet,
knock on the door.
That's going to be a game.
Yes,
that's going to be a ball game.
Yes, it is. And I think not only is Cofield and Alva Springs fans going to be there, I think it's going to be more outside as well, because that is the game to watch, to know, and it's been a battle for them for years. They don't like each other.
Really?
Oh, no.
Well, a lot of teams don't like Cofield because Cofield done gave it to a lot. They done gave it to a lot, you know. A lot of teams don't like Cofield.
Shout out to Cofield.
Yeah, they done.
Shout out to Ted McKinney for keeping things started out there.
They done pushed them down the mountain each time.
Oneida, Tellico Plains.
I like this Oneida team. I really do. I like them. I like what they're doing. That whole 1A region is tough. It's some good teams, and it's good football.
Yeah.
Those teams are coached. They have schemes.
Yes.
Surprisingly, you wouldn't notice if I talked to one of my friends out in Knoxville, and I told them they don't just line up and just run the ball downhill. They have offenses that schematically try to catch you in space, and they have players athletically that can make plays, catch the ball, throw the ball, run with the ball after the catch.
Absolutely.
So it's that's a team that you have to watch. This is going to be a very interesting next 2 weeks that happens when the playoff starts.
Times are going by fast, guys. The lines are still open, 865-483-8112, or you can call toll-free at 866-412-8112. That wraps up the Week 8 results. We're moving on to Week 9. Coach Graham, give me your keys to win the Cal.
The Cal, for Sunbright, slow the game down. Look for opportunities. Look for opportunities for Wartburg to make mistakes.
Yes.
I don't think I'm fooling anyone to say both teams are I think Wartburg has one win. So for Sunbright, see your opportunities, take advantage of those opportunities. For Wartburg, you played a tough schedule. Your guys, you have some guys that can make plays.
Right.
You're at home. So don't turn the ball over. Execute what you've been doing because you've played some tough. You can put points on the board.
Absolutely.
And for Sunbright, they're going to have to find a way to put points on the board.
Absolutely.
Because Wartburg can. So my keys to win is for Wartburg, protect the ball. Continue to do what you do. For Sunbright, look for opportunities.
Absolutely. Let's talk about McMinn Central and Kingston coming up this week, Coach.
Yeah. Kingston coming off a big win. I think either next week or the week after they have Alcoa coming up. Continue to build that team. See, a team like Kingston has a front that can play with anybody. That's how you win those games. A fine McMinn Central team and Alcoa. You have to have a front, and they have a good front.
Got you. We got a couple minutes left. The phone lines are still open. We got about 60 seconds to take a call. Numbers on the screen. Coach, Josh Jones and Coach Rang.
Yes, Josh has done a great job, but Coach Rang has done an even better job. He's come into a situation, and this is not a knock on Josh. I love Josh. Josh is very close to Josh Jones, but Coach Rang has came in for first year and has built something. And how you can tell is the kids believe.
Oh, dude is, yeah.
The kids believe.
Yes.
And then you're talking about a coach that I didn't want to bring it up, but missed 2 games. The kids believe. And if they can stay positive and keep everything going in the right direction, they should have a smooth sailing throughout the remainder of the season. Bearden will present problems because they have played tough games. This game depends on the front.
Yes.
It's all about the front.
Yes, on both sides.
On both sides of the ball. And I said Oak Ridge has improved their fronts each week. And that's what this game is going to depend on, front. So it's at Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge, the home team. Bearden's coming to a hostile environment with a team that's confident.
Hold on. Coach, did you say Bearden is coming? Do you mean Oak Ridge has a home game?
Yeah, it's something. They get to play at home this week.
Oak Ridge, you coming home?
Yeah, they're coming home. So they got to defend their home turf.
All right.
And for a team like Oak Ridge, you cannot. If I'm Bearden, I'm playing Oak Ridge. I'm not going to let them blow that bubble up.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to let them get to believing.
Absolutely.
I want to put doubt in them because if they blow that balloon up, that's what happened to Farragut.
Yeah.
All right. Years past, they somehow somebody popped it,
Absolutely.
and usually it was due to Oak Ridge popping it themselves.
Yes.
For Oak Ridge, play the game. Play 4 quarters. You have guys. They have guys. In games like that, I said it goes again. It goes to blocking. It goes to tackling. It goes to the kicking game. Turnovers and who wins first downs.
Absolutely.
And those games when you have the hymns versus the hymns, the fronts, and those things.
Yeah. So I'm a huge fan of the hymns up front, but I'm more excited about the running backs, Jason Thompson and Jarvis Dozier. You can tune in right here and catch that game on BBB 12. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next Wednesday. Have a blessed night.